of her hair like, oh my God.
That's dirty.
I know. But that's Gracie Abrams. Welcome back to Podcast a Hero.
Oh my God.
I'm Old Chody, and this is Young Fritzum.
Young. I don't feel young today, good sir.
You look young. You look beautiful.
I shaved.
Please excuse the state of my voice. I might be a little gruffer than usual because due to the way we're scheduling our studio time, I can do screams on a Friday because I have Saturday, Sunday, Monday to
rest.
Get better. So it's like, might as well. And I did a bunch of screams today, and it's weird.
Did they go well?
They went okay.
They came out. They didn't you didn't go like.
Actually, yeah, I did that a little. I've got video of it all.
Oh.
And some of it's really screechy. And Milan's going like, could you make them deeper? And I'm like, no.
And you're like, no.
And at one point, I was doing so poorly that I just texted Jake Lurs from ABR, and I was like, hey, would you do all the screams on our new stuff? And he was like, so nice to hear from you, pal. No. He was much nicer about it than I'm making it seem. He was very, very nice, but he was like, I'm very busy right now.
I really like that he said no. Yeah. I wish he would have just said, hey, it's great to hear from you. Absolutely not.
He actually he didn't say no, but he was just like, when are you guys looking to have this out? I'm tied up until about February. I was like,
no, I need it now.
Yeah.
I needed it yesterday.
The way I do everything is with immediacy.
Yeah.
I texted Jada and was like, yo, can we do your part when you're home for Christmas or before? And she was like, yeah, I'll book a studio. She was like, I can't do Christmas time because I'm coming home for Christmas with my family, you piece of human garbage. I was thinking oh, we could get together. You could come to the studio and we'll track you and it'll be great. It'll be fun to get together in Whitby. And what I didn't think was why would she waste her very precious few days that she's going to be home in Whitby
on you
with me? That's
well, and here's
psychotic, narcissistic thought.
But
process.
it's also it very much shows how much you value family.
So, right? You've said it in a way that makes it seem like I do value family a lot, but I know the implication is that family has zero value to me.
Zero importance to you. By the way, this episode is brought to you by Cornbot.
Oh, yeah.
Today, I'm going to dox Cornbot.
Hell yeah, dude.
Cornbot's real name is Tobin Rock. No relation to Kid Rock.
Okay.
No Tobin's a people pleaser and frankly a little bit dull. He resides at 444 DeHaro Street in San Francisco, California, and you can reach Tobin on the phone at 888-594-0085.
Is that a real phone number?
Yep.
What did you say?
And a real address.
What did you say the number was?
It's 888-594-0085.
Thank you for calling Beef Curd Incorporated. We are currently closed. For the dial by name directory, press 8. To repeat this menu, press the pound key.
Wait, what did I do?
Tobin Rock.
Enter at least the first.
It's all right. Let's try that again. Because what industry did it say it was? It was.
Thank you for calling Beef Curd Incorporated. We are currently closed. For the dial by name.
Did that say Beef Curt Incorporated?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. That's his company. Beef Curt Incorporated.
What the fuck? Did you set up a 1-800 number for Cornbot?
I did not. That's his actual phone number.
Look at how mysterious I am, dude.
I know. Look at you.
You'll meet a tall, dark man. Is that tall, dark, and handsome?
What is hang on. There's a new type of psychopath called how to recognize a dark, What is it? Hang on. I just saw this. A
Listen.
dark empath.
Oh, a dark empath. So they can tell how people are feeling.
Yeah.
And they use it to manipulate them.
Yep. That's the new thing. It's like how to recognize dark empaths.
I'm not sure I believe in empaths. I believe
You
there are
watch
people.
Star Trek.
Yeah, well,
There's a whole species of characters on Star Trek that are based on being empaths.
now let me tell you, the Beta Z are not only pretty fucking stupid, but they're also fictional. So I believe that some people are more considerate and maybe more in tune and empathetic. Sure. But do I believe that there is a quality out there? Susan, not now.
Hey, I'm on the phone with, I'm on the podcast with Rhodey right now, so I'll call you. Bye. She was on her way home from work, I think.
This is the worst podcast we've done ever.
Yeah.
I don't believe that people have some sort of super psychic ability to sense the feelings of others. I think that some people just are a little more in tune or a little more considerate. Is she calling back?
She's calling we have a house phone for some reason.
Maybe it's
Like
an
a
emergency.
landline?
Like she's calling twice, dude. I think you should pick it up and listen to what she said. You kind of hung up on her.
Well, no, she just said, okay, I'll talk to you later.
Oh.
But she sounded weird. All right, I'm going to call her back.
Yes,
just real
please.
quick. I think she was trying to call Jenny and called the wrong number because she wants to know where to send Christmas gifts or something. But I'm going to call her back real fast. Hang on.
I'm going to keep drinking red wine. So basically, today was a very good day. We finished the third song. And it's been pretty quick for like days that we've been doing 2 days a week because we're supposed to do 3 days a week, but 2 days is all that's been working. We've got 3 songs finished. And like including some screams, which we're really only on one song. But we did a lot of hard work this week, Milen and I think we're doing very good stuff. I think the product is going to be awesome. I really love these songs. There was one song that is called Don't Get Cheap on Me, Dotson. That's the working title. We finished that today, but I hadn't written the end chorus. And the song goes around the idea of showing appreciation and respect for the past of the band, while also being grateful for those of us for those that allow us to continue. Gratitude towards those people. And I didn't have an end for it. And Milen and I sort of worked together and came up with this really wonderful ending. Unfortunately, it is another water metaphor, which I hate, but it's also based around the time that Tim and I almost fucking drowned in New Zealand. And so it's like this weird little beautiful part that talks about us swimming diagonally with the tide. I don't mention undertow, but that is what we were fighting against, was the undertow. I don't mention it because a lot of metal bands mention undertow, and I just couldn't bring myself to do it. Welcome back, Fritzy.
It's all
Podcast
lies.
The Hero.
Oh, I heard you say something is about water.
Yeah, I've accidentally, despite the fact that Pacific Myth was all about how water metaphors are lazy, there's a lot of them on this new stuff.
Do you want to do the Patreon list?
Yeah.
Also, we're gonna hold a t-shirt contest.
Okay.
So, you and I are gonna pick the best Patreon name. Not for this episode. We're gonna give people
right out
about
the gates,
a month.
I swallow cum.
Oh my god.
Take it. So where was I? Basically, we came up with this really wonderful chorus. And it's like a metaphor, obviously, singing directly about Tim and I almost drowning on the beach of Piha, Titigranger, and I'd like Tim to do the harmonies on it. Tim is an aspiring singer. He's been an aspiring singer for 20 years. He's gotten a lot better, but in the past we've done some harmonies with Tim in the studio that have not been amazing ballsy. But this time I need him because it's him and I still in the live side together. And like it's about trying to survive the undertow, the things that like drag you down and drag you out to sea. And the way to survive it. It really came out in this like beautiful sort of metaphor where I'm talking about how Tim and I almost died. Funny thing about it, that time that Tim and I almost died, he almost died again right after. Tim just fucking... So we swam way out into the ocean, and then we started swimming back, and we were just trying to swim straight back to the beach, and we couldn't fucking make any headway. And then at one point, Tim was like, I'm going to put my head down and go as hard as I can. And I went, yeah, I'll do the same. And we did that and came up and then looked at each other going, fuck, man, we're not getting any closer in. And then Tim said, I'm getting pretty fucking tired, man. And I said, dude, I'm getting fucking tired too. And then Eric Gonzalez, our fill-in bassist at the time, wonderful fella, started waving at us from the beach and started screaming, swim diagonally. Because the undertow, like you can't get out without the undertow. And so we swam to the diagonal and made our way back into the beach. And Tim's second encounter with death that day, we'll have to wait for another time because Fritzy's back.
I feel like I'm missing all the best content from this episode while I'm on the phone. I apologize.
Is your mom okay?
Yeah, my mom's just fine. A good family friend had some sad news to share, and my mom was trying to share it. And
Right.
yeah. Anyway,
I'm sorry.
But Patreon. Over the next month, your Patreon names, we're gonna keep track of them, and then we're gonna pick the best one, and we're going to give that person a T-shirt. We are not going backwards in time. So if you used up your best Patreon username, tough shit. Get better, come up with something better, and do it. But we'll pick one in about a month, and they'll get a T-shirt.
If I had to give it out right now, I'd give it to I Swallow Cum.
It is really good. I mean, you could stick, if you have one and you think it's solid, you could stick with it. You don't have to change it.
Remember that time you were reading them and you were like, Peggy through? And then the next one was like, Thriggy Poo?
Yeah. It was really good.
I liked that one too.
It was very good. Okay. So keep that in mind. The Patreon list begins now. Shazane. I don't know if I'm saying that right.
That's Leandra.
Oh.
How's that for doxing?
There you go. Mitch, Aaron, MFJ, Viva Hate, Dimitri, Tim Pod the Pickle Cast Sack, Maddie G, Ali, Benjamin, Taylor, Dave the Film Guy, Jake, Bob, Josh, and Steven Exposure, Progtoff. Progtoff equals Pancakes Rock, God Thanks OnlyFans.
Oh, so they're making fun of the person in front of them?
Yep. Julia, the Fat Brown Kid, Foolish Bale, Hey Rody, check out my sweet beatbox chops. Boots and cats and 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 boots and cats.
Really good,
Brett Boss
Fritzy.
Blackfoot. Yes, I Be a Newfoundlander by Spitgoth. Yo, absolutely the best podcast, a work in progress. What? Question mark. Evil Squirrel Timmy is evolving! Exclamation mark.
I feel like you weren't supposed to read the punctuation.
No, because it's written out.
Oh, it's not punctuation?
It's not punctuation. It is words.
Was that supposed to do that to me?
I don't know.
Do you think this is someone like trying to trick me into doing exactly what I did?
Yeah, maybe.
Question your spoken punctuation?
Sebastodon red stars over the battle of the velocicopters.
Hell yeah.
I swallow cum is a result of a spray fart. Clench your cheeks and listen to counterclockwork.
What? What's counterclockwork?
I don't know. Rob the Anti-Human, Peggy Thrill. Those Kells may be overplayed. They may be boring, but dag nabbit, there are Kells. And it says, parenthetically, joke requires Fritzy's deep Ohioan accent.
Mm.
Because I think in Canada you say our.
I mean,
like it's ours.
Yes and no.
It's ours.
Ours. I think people
by saying our Kells.
When I say our, whenever I say, oh, that's ours, I feel like I'm saying arse.
Yeah.
So I would say our. That's our home.
Yeah.
Welcome to our home.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I want to die.
Tinky, Winky, Lala, Dipsy, and Poe.
The name of the Teletubbies.
Yes. Fire Fee, a common thread. Hey, Rhodey, would like some freshly squeezed bro milk. I just harvested a huge batch. Zane, Rhodey loves my dink. We do have rats in Alberta. We have the UCP.
Ah.
Is that a political joke?
It's a something conservative party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Deconomists, Peg Me Thrills. Zach, the final Dan Cage Pandas, Corn Man, Jeffrey, Mason Bailey, Tara Billie Jean, Yuri Fruit, Ashwin, and High Tops.
I just want to say, Peggy Thrill.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know she's a fan of our band.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like kind of pretty.
Really?
Before I knew that she gave a flying fuck about our band, I was following her on TikTok because she was like, I forget what she was saying, but like I came across it and I was like, during the pandemic, I just followed anyone who gave a fuck about like aggressive music at all. And then one day her like content came up and she was wearing one of our shirts or something like that. And I was like, hey, cool shirt. But then like I saw her, she came to the Tilsonburg show and a couple other shows. And I feel a little star-stricken.
Aww.
You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, it's just like, that's this content creator that I was like watching for a while. And then you see them in person and you're like, oh, it's so weird to see you in person. I don't know. But I think that's star-stricken.
Yeah. It's also very super. She's super, super cool and so
Yeah,
nice in person.
yeah.
I've gotten to hang out with her a bunch of times and she's just amazing. She's great.
I hope she still listens to the podcast because this would be nice for her just driving around the car somewhere.
Right? Just
I'm going like, hey, why are they talking about me? We should make a point of discussing everyone on the Patreon list randomly.
Yes. So this episode is going to be a bit of a mailbag episode. We've gotten a bunch of questions in Discord, in Patreon. There's some stuff on Reddit. Plus, I have some specific questions for you.
Yeah, and also I'm going to be singing new stuff periodically throughout it.
You're going to sing?
A golden tide of voices. Like,
really?
No.
What's a golden tide of voices?
Pulled me from the depths. I put the word depths on a record again.
Is golden tide? Is that? Are you talking about pee-pee?
Sounds like I'm talking about a golden shower, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not, though.
It's not a shower, though. This is somebody who's been holding back and just chugging water for a long time.
But I said voices. A golden tide of voices. Pulled me from the depths. I filled my lungs with breath. Now I'm actually doing it.
The first song, oh my God, the first question I can read. So I have a series of 3 questions for you, and these are sort of thinkies kind of things.
Before you ask them, can you say, answer me these questions 3?
Yes.
Okay.
Riddle me these questions 3.
Ooh, I thought it would be a billy goat, but it's a walrus.
Is it? What is your name? What is your quest? What is your favorite color?
Wait, what is that
So
from?
Monty Python.
Oh,
What is your favorite song of all time? So there are 3 questions that are all very similar, but
mhm.
very different in their true meaning. So like your favorite, would be like your favorite song to listen to. Like, God, I just love this song. And it, for whatever reason. And I can start if you want. Because I
It's
know
so
mine.
hard. Yeah, yours
What you
is
think.
fucking. I know what yours is.
You
It's
do?
that song named after that place you always bring up,
Ann
Ann
Arbor?
Arbor.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is though.
It's by the same band.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Goo Goo Kids.
Yep, the Goo Goo Kids. It's "I'm a Loner Dottie, a Rebel," which is a sweet quote from Pee Wee Herman.
Pee Wee Herman. Yeah, Pee Wee's Big Adventure.
Yep, but that song has very special significance in my life. I get very nostalgic when I hear it, and it is my favorite song. And when I got to see them play it in Detroit, and everybody went fucking nuts, it was I just cried the whole song. I don't know, like, and it's an upbeat, like, fucking punk rock song, but yeah. So that's my favorite song of all time, and I'll maybe this will help you. The next question is, what is one song that you wish you wrote that you didn't? And then there's a third question, which is, what is the best song ever written?
Okay.
Because your favorite song and the best song ever written can be 2 very different things. Right?
Yeah. My head is in such a weird spot. So I think my favorite song ever is Vincent by Don McLean.
Okay.
Starry, starry night, paint your palette blue and gray. Look out on a summer's day with eyes that know the darkness in my soul. It's like, it is poetic, beautiful. It speaks to that, like, that part of every artist, like,
Mm-hmm.
it speaks of underappreciation of art. It speaks of heartbreak and sorrow. It's sung beautifully, and NoFX has a version of it that I heard first. Like, I heard NoFX's Vincent first, and I was like, I love this. And then my mom was like, that's a cover. I was like,
I
what?
love that your mom heard the NoFX version and went, "Oh, I know that song."
Yeah, I was in my mom's like fucking minivan ripping CDs in like 1990 whatever.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Oh, cool. They do this song?" And I was like, "What are you talking about? This is Vincent, baby." And she was like, "Well, this isn't an original." And then I put on the Don McLean version, and I was like, "Oh, it's different because the rhythm's a little different of the rhythm of the singing's a little different." And I was like, "I don't like this as much," just because I was really familiar. But I just kept coming back to it and just kept coming back to it, and now it just like, I haven't heard the NoFX version in probably 15 years, but I like that Don McLean album with American Pie on it, which I skip American Pie.
Right. Yeah.
But it is fucking brilliant, all of it, and he's such a beautiful singer and guitar player, and that song just like tears me to pieces. Song I wish I wrote. I don't know. I write a bunch of songs.
Yeah, I know. But like,
Yeah.
And I have mine. I can go if you want to think about it. So mine is Stars by Hum.
Never heard of that.
It's a great song. You should check
Are you
it
talking
out.
about Maps by Yeah Yeah Yeahs?
No. No, it's a song called Stars by Hum. It's
Are you sure?
What is it?
Wait, I don't love you like I love you.
That's a great song, by the way.
What, Maps?
Yeah. But that's not the one I'm talking about. It's the one that goes, she thinks she missed the train to Mars. She's out back counting stars. And then it like goes into this huge wall of guitar.
She's out
just
back
ringing out.
counting guitars.
It's just like this one chord ringing out, like, but it's so fucking heavy and amazing. And it's like from the 90s and like was on like it's like an alternative song.
Yeah. I feel like it's a little before my time because I think Josh from 68 was like, oh, you know this song. And he played some like alternative stuff that I have never heard before. And it was like really, really quiet. And then there was a big moment. I don't.
It probably was that. That song is fucking heavy as shit for being like an alternative rock song.
Yeah.
And there's just something about the way that they wrote it and the quiet versus loud, heavy versus soft. It just, all the things fit. And it's a song that I'm always like, fuck, dude, I wish I had done that. Wish that was me that made that up.
Yeah. I mean, there's probably a fucking billion songs that I wish I wrote because I love in a way that is unreasonable.
Yeah.
But right now, if I had to say, I would probably say Twin Size Mattress by the Front Bottoms.
Okay.
It is so simple. It is so hard hitting and like hurting and beautiful. I think it's the red wine is making me like want to be sad or something. But no, the song rules. It's such a good song. I definitely wish that I had the capability to write something as impactful and as well worded, and like I'm sure like every artist he feels like he failed to get his meaning across. But it's so wonderful.
Yeah. Oh. And then best song ever written. And I mean, it's probably like Beethoven's Fifth Symphony or some shit like that.
Well,
but
fuck that.
For me, it's Adventures in Zoocosis.
Oh, what a wonderful song. Truly. Like, I love that
song. To me, that song, everything, like the musical dynamics of the song, the message in the song, the way the lyrics play on themselves throughout the song, like it just is the commentary it's making, all the different things. It just, to me, that song is just perfection.
Truly. As such a wonderful idea, and especially like someone with like young kids.
Yeah.
You know, like talking about your relationship with the world and how you're kind of fucking scared for them a little bit. You're scared but hopeful that like they can carve out a better world than we did.
Yeah.
This enclosure is where your old man belongs.
Oh, that's like
I'm never gonna,
right?
I'm never gonna escape it.
Right.
You know, but you might. Yeah. You might.
Yep.
That's such a fucking
so
like how the fuck like often
it's sad and hopeful and
which the word for that is sanguine.
Is that?
Yeah, sad but hopeful.
Oh, good. Sanguine.
But often when I think about Propagandhi, I think of Chris's lyrics as cold and analytical, and then I think of Todd as the like sort of warmer, like from the heart. And Todd's songs definitely are like not that they're lacking in socio-political commentary, but that they speak to the individual on like a very specific level. But it's not true. Like Chris does have a lot of songs that are like so specific and like, I don't know, maybe in relation to specific policies and stuff like that I don't even fucking know what he's talking about. But he also has like a ton of songs, and he's gotten better and better with every release at just like plucking your heartstrings, even when he's talking about very specific things. Like I think about Adventures in Zoocosis. I think about Without Love. I think of there's a handful of examples.
Failed Imagineers like that.
Yeah. He has like from fucking and we thought nation states were a bad idea to just like, you know what? He fucking kind of did it then too.
Yeah.
Like, they take this thing where he's going publicly subsidized, privately profitable, the anthem of the, to when he's like, and I'm just a kid. I can't believe, like, he brings it into the fucking real world. Maybe it's just my own ability to not recognize it. Maybe it's a me.
Well, I mean, I definitely see differences, right? Like, there are some songs that are definitely like, I'm going to make my opinion on a thing well known here and make a point about it. There are some songs that are, I'm going to talk about this personal thing to me that I've experienced or that others are experiencing. And then there's a third that is like sort of a combination of the two, which is I'm going to tell this fucking cool ass story. Yeah, you can't hear anything.
Gotta take my headphones off because I gotta.
Yeah, it's so hot. Yeah, take off the t-shirt too.
So sorry, Fritzo.
No, I was just saying to take off the t-shirt also while you're
I would never, dude. This is a very special t-shirt, okay? Haunted Paul's ice cream. Philadelphia.
I was just saying that like there are like he does this third type of song, which is I'm gonna tell this story. The
one where he reads the fucking Christopher Hitchin.
Right. Yeah. Comply, resist, or like what's the one about the pig that gets away?
Francis didn't give a fuck about the rollbacks.
Yeah. Like stuff like that, where he tells these great stories that are like making a point that is not so specific. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's not like you can make a personal connection with it, but it's not. He doesn't speak about his own personal connection to it. Yeah. Yep. I don't know. They're wonderful writers. Yeah. Really, really good. Do you ever wish like this? I guess this goes like with song that you wish you wrote. It's like sometimes like listening to my favorite bands. I wish that I was in the studio when they did it so that I could be like, yo, just try phrasing it this way. You know what I mean? Like make the little changes that you hear in your head. Mm-hmm. Like, fuck. Bringer Greater Things, that song, one of my favorite Propaganda songs. Mm-hmm. Do they sell Propaganda thongs on their website?
They should. Yeah. I have the best fucking harmony for it that runs the whole time. I sing, like, all I can do is sing it in my car, just sing it the whole time. But, like, I love it so much, and I just wish that they would just, like, send me the stems and, like, just, like, let me sing this harmony, bury it in the back, and then re-release it. So that I can just hear it. Like, I don't want it to be me, necessarily. Like, I don't want to do that. I just want to hear that harmony on it so bad.
What is the it's on Victory Lap. Hang on. It's a Todd song on Victory Lap.
Is it that you want to come back to life?
Yeah, that's the exact lyric I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's
When All Your Fears Collide, right?
Yeah.
And it's
I don't want to assume the meaning of that, but I think that's a highly personal track for him.
Yeah. Where is that? Oh, I can't find it. But anyway, yes. Like
have you ever seen
and it's too
someone
late.
Wasting away?
Yes.
Yeah.
That one.
First by choice, and then after it's too late, they decide that they want to come back to life. But they're drowning. It's what a fucking...
Oh, God.
Like, Todd's got such a way of, like, connecting with his lyrics in a way that very few people do. That's the kind of song that fucking, like, really... Like, that's the kind of songwriting that I love. And that's, like, you know, as much as, like, Pacific Myth is sort of like a shot at progressive metal and heavy metal songwriting stuff, because it's all like ethereal and fucking metaphorical and ultimately meaningless. Some people like that, and it's all right.
Yeah.
But like the stuff that like really connects with me has always been stuff that like either tells a story, paints you a picture, and makes some like appeal to emotion. Like I don't know, like some like real hard connect, and it could be a lot of different emotions, right? Like there's sadness, there's empathy, there's fucking anger.
It's called sanguine.
I love the songs that appeal to my anger, or like, I don't know.
All right. Next question is,
I never said the song that I thought was
best ever.
Yeah, best ever song.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
I think as far as like, punks,
I thought we just all agreed it's Adventures in Zoocosis, so we'll just move on.
I think as far as like punk goes, it's got to be Linoleum, like skate punk.
Yeah, it's a fucking great song.
Like I feel like
that's like a perfect punk rock song.
Yeah, and like I can't really think of a song that is so fucking like genre defining.
Yeah.
In any other genre. So like that's the one, dude. For
like
punk, skate punk. I mean,
it's one of those songs like it comes on and you just like can't not love it. You know what I mean?
It's not my favorite No Effects song.
No, but you can't not love that song.
But it's like Linoleum's fucking. It's the one, dude. I don't know.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. It's a good one.
Yeah.
What if you met someone who didn't know they could hold two things in one hand? What would you do? So, like, let's say, like, I got these two.
Yeah, I'd fucking chop off one of their arms.
Right? Like, I got these two things.
Yeah.
And, like, I can just put them both in one hand and carry them with me. But what if you met a person that was like, they had the two things and they were just like that. And you're like, well, can you grab this other thing? And they're like, no, my hands are already full.
So I know that person.
Stop.
It's my son, Houston.
No.
Yeah. Like, we're getting out of the car. I'm like, dude, could you grab the fucking whatever? Like, oh, you took your fucking coat off in the car. Can you grab your coat and bring it inside? He's like, nah, I got my iPad. Be like, what? You're fucking old enough to carry two things. Like, he can't carry two things, dude.
Let alone two things in one hand.
Yeah. And I'm an enabler, dude. He's like, oh, I already got my iPad. I'm like, oh, straight up. Yeah, I get it.
I was thinking about that the other day. I was carrying dishes down the stairs. I had like a couple of dishes in a bowl and some stuff. And I was just carrying stuff down the stairs. I was like, think about how bad your life would suck if you could only carry one thing in each hand and how many extra trips you would have to make. And like all.
Why? So that's why you asked this question, because you were carrying some dishes and you were like, imagine I got all like, all right, well, I don't know how to do so many traps.
Yeah. And then it made me think, like, what if there were people out there that just never learned that you could carry two things in one hand? They're just existing their whole life, just going, well, I have two hands. Each hand can have one thing. And that's just it. And that's how I live my life. And they get into adulthood and everything. And it's like they're carrying in the groceries and they're carrying in 2 bags of groceries and they're making 10 fucking trips because
you know what? My
they
grandmother
don't know that you can carry more than one thing in each hand.
If my grandmother saw you walking up carrying too much stuff in your hands, she'd say, that's a fucking lazy man's load. She would always say that. She'd be like, oh, you got all this fucking shit in your hands. Just make an extra trip.
Oh no. My whole life is I won't buy stuff or get stuff or whatever that I would require me to make extra trips. If I'm not doing it in one trip, it's not happening.
Yeah. Wow. My grandmother would fucking scold you, dude.
Hate me.
She wouldn't hate you. She'd be mad at you.
Well, she'd probably hate me anyway.
She wouldn't like your size.
No.
She'd be upset about how tall you are, no doubt.
Oh.
She's from the old world. Everyone was itsy bitsy. You ever seen a real suit of armor?
They're teeny tiny.
They're so tiny, dude.
Yeah, they're for children.
Imagine a knight pulled up, like he came through time and he was like, avast! Is that what they say?
This is so perfect.
And like, they travel through time. And like, you'd be like, pipe down. Like, you would fucking extinguish a night like a cigarette, dude.
What if
To your size 15 shoe. Like, his halberd would come up to your shoulder.
What if historians found out at some point that everything they knew about like the Middle Ages was wrong, and that knights were literally just child soldiers, and that everybody was the same size as we are today? Everything was so small because they just used child soldiers instead of actually fighting themselves, because they were like, why should we fight? I don't want to die or get maimed. Just send the children in.
I'd believe that.
Yeah.
It's only very recently that children have been protected in the way that we do. They used to just put them right to work.
Yeah.
And now people are pissing their pants about fucking, we coddle our children. Everybody's so soft. Soft is nice.
Yeah.
Everybody likes soft things, you fucking moron. Stop prepping us for war. You froze.
Oh.
And it's so weird looking. Oh, you're back.
Okay. What happened?
Nothing, but I do think that it's alarming how people love to talk about softness.
Yeah.
Kids are so soft now. They're so soft.
But what is it?
Like, that's the exact...
Why is it like, why did we decide that life needs to be hard? I feel like that's like some propaganda bullshit from capitalists to make us want to work harder so we can make them more money.
Yeah. And people aren't soft. Kids aren't soft, man. Times are tough.
Yeah.
People are getting harder and harder.
Yeah.
People
Yeah. I don't understand the whole, like, you gotta, work hard and blah, blah, blah. And let me talk about how hard it was for me growing up and all of these things. Is like, no, like, shouldn't the ultimate goal be to make everybody's life easier and better and happier and more full of joy instead of pain and suffering and fucking...
Dude, like, it's propaganda. It's propaganda. Yeah. Okay? It is a way of keeping us fucking fighting amongst ourselves so we don't see what's actually happening.
Yeah.
Like, going, oh, man, like, we listen to these fucking huge podcasts. Failed comedians are telling us what to fucking think. And it's like, you don't think that that's you don't think that person is working with them? You don't think that, like, Joe Rogan has fucking invested interests in fucking pushing this narrative, keeping you away from his fucking money, keeping you stupid, fighting the radical left or the radical right or the alt-right or whatever the fuck it is? There is no left and right. Fuck the left and right.
No,
it doesn't fucking matter.
No.
It's up and down.
Yep.
Up and down. That's the only fucking difference.
Yep.
And there's very few of them up top. And all these fucking dickheads that are trying to convince you that there's a culture war are only trying to convince you of that so you don't look up.
It's fucking magicians. It's sleight of fucking hand.
Yeah.
It's look over here while I do this thing over here. And I saw a very funny thing today that said there are 2,800 billionaires in the world.
Yeah.
And not one fucking Iron Man.
Yeah, of course.
Right? They're all Lex Luthor.
Yeah. Well, look at the fucking world. Like, it's crazy when you think about superheroes. Superheroes don't exist.
No.
Not even Batman. Not even a motherfucker that's just rich and, like, buys a bunch of toys to do vigilante justice, despite the fact that he's just beating up the poor.
Yeah.
Batman's kind of the worst.
Yeah.
But there is no fucking good guys with money. But then you watch, like the inverse of that, like Kingpin from Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Or fucking Lex Luthor. These people exist. Like, these are fucking based on real people. And it's like, most of them we don't even know about.
Yep.
And it's like, but if you find out who they are, and they get gunned down in the street like a fucking dog, good.
Yeah. Yeah. Eat the motherfuckers.
Yeah. Like, we've been talking about eat the rich for a long time. And, like, I think people on the left have been talking about eat the rich for a long time. But I do love that people on the right are starting to fucking see it.
Yep.
Right? And it starts with that Ben Shapiro fucking video where he's talking about the radical left are celebrating the death of this man. And I saw a couple TikToks that were like, the comment section of that is the right waking up. And they're starting to see that this is not in support of them, these fucking people. And I went to his video to check. Because like sometimes people put that shit up and they say, oh, look at these fucking people. They're fucking doing this, that, and the other thing. And I went, and it's like the comment section is absolutely fucked. His own supporters do not, like they have woken up, and he woke them up.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw a great like TikTok lady going like being the like the ultra rich class, and they're like, we need to do something. They're starting to realize that we're the problem, and they're like, what about abortion? And they're like, they kind of we already took care of that one. What about
trans
what do we
people?
do?
Yeah, we got to scare them about trans people going into their bathrooms.
Yeah. What do we do?
Right.
We got to come up with something.
And they will.
Yeah.
Like they're
100%.
trying. Like,
immigration.
Yeah.
Fucking LGBTQ stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's just any little thing they can find.
Yeah.
And, Cosmic Viking asked, is there ever a realistic chance of us getting more Velocicopter?
I don't think so.
Blue Sky said maybe like a sick animated video.
Oh, yeah. I'm learning animations.
Yeah.
I'm bad at it, and I'm getting worse. You'll see.
I'm very bad at it.
You're pretty good at it.
I like it.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Duskbane wants to know, are you supposed to serve red or white wine with salmon?
Red. I don't care what type of wine you're supposed to serve with it. I'm having red. I drank 2 bottles of white wine one night when I was like fucking 16 because my dad used to make it all the time, so I just steal it out of his basement and get fucking hammered. I drank 2 bottles. Felt awful, never drank the shit again. I don't fucking touch white wine. I don't care. Red.
Duskbane also asks, bread goes in and toast comes out, but where bread go?
It's transformative. It's
you should have sang it. Transformed. Right?
That's from Pacific Myth.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah. Mushy commented, I think the next logical step is for PTH to purchase a Velocicopter for touring purposes.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Mushy also asks, if you were to style Fritzy's mustache, what style would you go with?
So I would need you to grow it in a specific way.
Okay.
There's 2 styles, but there's 2 styles that I've always loved, and I'm too much of a coward to ever
try
myself.
Mm-hmm.
The first being sideburns to mustache.
Yeah, I can't do it. There's not enough. I don't grow enough hair in here.
Well, do you grow enough? Like if you went down by your jawline,
way down,
and then
there's a gap.
Okay, so then what I would say is handlebar.
I've tried it. I actually have mustache wax around here somewhere. I have a very hard time getting the ends to stay handlebarred. They tend to go.
Now, what I would say is that I love that you actually correctly identify the handlebar mustache. Because like a lot of the time when you say handlebar, people go, "Oh yeah."
Oh no, that's a Fu Manchu.
It's Fu Manchu.
Yeah.
Right.
No. You got to get the ends to twist out and do around. And I think my problem is the key to the perfect handlebar is blow drying.
Oh,
you got to be working it as you blow dry it. And I just haven't gotten to the point where I'm like, I really want a handlebar today. I'm going to blow dry my mustache.
Do you know what I just fucking realized thinking about you with a handlebar mustache? You look a lot like the Munchkin who opens the hole in the Emerald City And he comes out and he's like, now that's a horse of a different color. Why didn't you say something?
I totally do.
You do look like him. If you were in like one of those like big tall fur hats and like a green cloak.
Exactly what you're talking about.
Like you need some like chin putty.
Yeah.
But man, you got a bit of his look. A bit of his look. Now that's a horse of a different color. Why didn't you say something?
Amelia wants to know Mystery Weekend Album 2.
It's me holding it up.
Yep.
We have like 5 or 6 songs. I love them, dude. Like, there's this one song called Praise Be. That is one of my favorite songs I've ever written.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about like the relationship. Like when you mention the date or an age in a song,
Mm-hmm.
and how that ages, and it's like
Right, we're gonna party like it's 1999.
yeah,
Is
and like
the
so, like,
sentiment about that is like we're gonna party like it's the end of the century, like it's this big thing. And now when you listen back to it, it's like, oh, you want to party like you're old people?
yeah. So like the song is all about that time, and it's like there's a line of this like, I don't know about you, but I don't think she just turned 22. She's 23 or 24 or 25 or 26. It really depends on what point you're hearing this.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like the song is like super meta and like weird.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's a lot of fun. And there's mention of rollerblading in every single song. But I don't think it'll ever see the light of day.
I doubt it. I think it will.
Yeah, I'd love to.
Ashwin says, sup?
Nothing, man. Just drinking red wine. Picture myself scared.
Duskmane says, suppose you receive a distress signal from a civilian freighter within the neutral zone that has been heavily disabled. Being the only vessel in range, do you enter the neutral zone?
No.
No. But first of all, why is the civilian freighter in the neutral zone?
It's a trap.
Yeah.
I mean, it could have fucking floated there. Could have got disabled and drifted there. You know what? Yes, you do. You do. And you accept the consequences, which will be immediate and swift and of a Romulan order.
Yeah.
That is an episode.
I'm pretty sure it is.
It is.
Like
it 100% is.
Yeah, I do recall that episode.
And I can't remember the consequences.
Well, they had to do a whole bunch of stuff to make it so that things weren't horrible. Like the whole episode was about like what happened
diplomacy,
after, right? Like it was at the beginning, and then they like spent the whole rest of the episode trying to figure like how do we make this okay?
Yeah.
Will we be getting a Search for the Truth 25th anniversary tour in 2027? That's from Bluest of Skies.
In 20 what?
27.
And then what was the anniversary of it?
25th year.
I think it's older than that.
Not 2002?
No.
Oh.
Do I have a copy of it? I think it came out.
Are you going to Search for the Truth 25th anniversary tour today?
Maybe that's about right. I'm trying to think.
You got to play the whole record.
We should do it. It's an El Chunky anniversary tour because we recorded that in like 1998 or 1999 in Mo's basement. Like it's under Happy Go Lucky. It's nothing, but it was called El Chunky. It was our first ever thing, and it was like we just passed the CD around, and people were like, "Wow, this sucks." Like, yeah. It's called punk rock. Ow!
Skippy needs to know if you remember touring with Parkway Drive, Unearth, Despised Icon,
Architects, fucking Carnifex, yeah.
Which Whitechapel?
Whitechapel, of course. Yeah, it was the Never Say Die tour. It was in Europe. It was fucking 2008 8 or 9. It was an awesome tour. I loved it. It was the best. That's where we first met Architects. I remember they were like, "Yo, this is our record that's coming out. Like, check it out." And it was Hollow Crown. I went home and I like put it in my mom's car and was like, "Whoa, these guys are good," and they were. I mean, I knew they were good. I spent like a month with them in Europe. It was a fucking awesome time. Parkway Drive stole our sound guy.
Yep.
They still employ him now.
Yep.
We were like fucking 3rd of 7, and we were the only band that showed up with a sound guy.
Yep.
Which is fucking crazy.
Right.
Like, I remember we walked in the room the first day, and Parkway were sound checking. It was somewhere in Germany. They were sound checking with like a local guy, and they sounded so bad that we assumed they were the local opener. Like, it's not like they were playing bad.
Right.
They were mixed bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a really wonderful tour. We shared a bus with fucking Unearth. We got absolutely hammered drunk with Architects and Unearth and Despised Icon and Whitechapel. We knew Whitechapel. We'd toured with them in the States with Acacia Strain and someone else before that. It was a lot of fun. I remember Zach from Whitechapel. There was one venue that gave us this delicious meal of something.
Beans.
And the beats, okay. But there was like this like guest book that was like, sign it. Like, be like, "Oh yeah, thank you so much for the food, blah, blah, blah." And this Zach guy just wrote, "The chicken was a little dry." Like, he thought it was like a comment book. He thought it was like, he thought it was for like fucking actual criticisms for some reason. Like, it wasn't a malicious thing. Yeah, I loved that tour. There were so many fun things that happened on that tour. The guys in Despised Icon are so much fun. Like, their screamer is this guy named Chopper. He's got like a heavy Quebec accent.
Mm-hmm.
And my favorite thing he ever said, like, we were like, "Oh man, your accent is so fucking thick, Chopper." And he went, "I did not have a accent." He took the H off, have, and put it on accent.
Have a accent.
Yeah. But no, it was so much fun. Like, getting to be with all those people. Like, didn't really know Parkway. Parkway didn't really hang. I'm not necessarily holding that against them. I don't think they drink super hard.
Hmm.
And like the rest of the tour, like everyone was just fucking like getting hammered. But one of the most fun tours I ever did.
Would you
so
ever
many
do
people-
a support tour again?
I would love to do a support tour, dude. We've been talking about support tours for a long time. We end up on like, we did Coheed, which was like the best thing we've done in forever, and that was like post-pandemic, I think. That was Truk's last tour.
Pre-pandemic.
Pre-pandemic?
Yep.
And we did ABR, which was really wonderful as well. But like, I don't know that we submit for like anything.
Hmm.
Like, I don't, and I'm not trying to take a shot at our agents or anything like that, but we have been begging to do support tours for years. And previously our management was like out of touch, which is why we fired them and are working with wonderful management now that has got us those opportunities, management and agents that have got us those 2 opportunities. We don't tour a lot, so it's not necessarily their fault. But like our previous management, we like begged them to get us on a fucking support tour. And he got us on Black Metal Motorcycle Club, which was like good, but like it's Zach Wild's band.
Oh yeah.
It just like didn't make sense.
Yeah.
You know, like they were great shows, not like super great for us. Like people didn't get what we were doing, and that's fine. Like it just like didn't live in this like metal world.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Like it's metal. It's just like a lot more like leaning on rock and
Yeah.
a lot more like
I definitely feel like it's a I've been to metal shows. It's a different demographic of people.
Yeah.
It's like a different, this is like a different fan base kind of thing.
Like I had a few encounters, one specifically after the Toronto show with this fella that was telling me how to write a song. He was like, you got to repeat your choruses. You got to go verse, pre-chorus, chorus. And like, I wanted to fucking strangle him. Just being like, listen, man, like structure is there. It's a little unusual, but just because you couldn't recognize it doesn't mean it's not there.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, I know Prague. I fucking grew up going to school with Geddy Lee. This stuff like that. Just like, this guy was like lecturing me on how we should write songs to like be bigger. And I'm like, listen, man, we're playing the government right now, which is like 1,000 cap. And I was like, if tickets are priced right and we're on our own, we can actually do better than this in Toronto.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't know, like, it just like, it wasn't the right fucking crowd. It's nothing against them. They were cool. They were nice.
Yeah.
We've been like aching to do support for a long time. It's like, I know we'll have to take a hit, like money wise. But like me, I love playing a fucking half an hour, 45 minutes. Love not like being responsible for if the room's not full. I love it. Yeah, I don't know. I'd love to do fucking more support, but we got 2 more, I guess, to do it.
That was from Skulls. That question.
Well, thank you for the question, Skulls. It made a lot of conversation.
Spike Zillion? What is that? Oh,
I'm scared.
Okay.
It's me. I'm scared.
Yeah, you're always scared though. Spike Zillion says, were there any songs that didn't make the cut during Volition?
No.
I mean, that's...
Yep. We don't do that.
Yeah. Watermark Missing said, this is a question for the Tim Pod the Hero cast. I got banned from their Discord, so I figured I'd ask here. Tim, now that you've worked with 2 distinct vocalists in recent times, Rhodey and your daughter, compare and contrast between the two. Who's more likely to succumb to lead singer syndrome? And any tips on how to handle that on the regular?
So I'll answer for Tim.
Okay.
I'm the humblest. And so for sure, Tim's daughter is, she's nice, but she's...
Yeah.
She's just
did you see the crowds outside the...
I did. Yeah. I saw she was on CTV. I saw she was on Much
Big
Music's Instagram or something like that.
Yep.
No, but that was really cool. So for context, Tim's daughter and Tim, every night of the 6 nights that Taylor Swift was in Toronto, they went out and they busked, and Tim played guitar and Ivy sang, and they did Taylor Swift songs and people sang along, and it was fucking awesome.
Yeah, it was adorable.
And they got some notoriety from it, and it was awesome. Yeah. Ivy's a really wonderful singer, and she's come to a bunch of our shows, and I'm sure she hears me singing and goes, yucky, yucky, yucky.
Ash wanted to know, I think we've talked about this before, but I can't remember the answer, so I'll let you answer. What's the origin of Protest the Hero? The name.
So we were happy-go-lucky.
Yep.
And I think we received a cease and desist from
the other happy-go-lucky, which is a Polish polka band.
Yeah. I'm not even sure that actually happened. Like, like how memories are just like the last time you remembered something, you're just like remembering it.
Yeah.
I'm starting to like doubt the validity of that. I'm starting to think that the guy who was like wanting to manage us at the time was just like, this band name sucks so fucking much.
Yeah. Come up with a better name.
I'll just tell them that they're going to get sued.
Yeah.
And that's so whatever. We had to change our name. Our name sucked. We were under the impression that we got a cease and desist or something like that.
Yeah.
And maybe we did, maybe we didn't. I can't even fucking remember. So we wrote like a fucking huge page of band names, and Protest the Hero was on that. There was a whole bunch of really bad ones. Like we were like 12 at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like we were actually 12 years old. And one name that we really wanted to go with was Boy Eats World. Like, we were like, obviously watching that show at the time, Boy Meets World, but we were like, Boy Eats World is really funny. He's like a fat guy. Like, that was like where we were at. We were fucking stupid children.
And didn't know, weren't aware of the existing band Jimmy Eats World.
No.
Yeah.
It would have been like 1999.
Yeah.
And we were 12.
Yeah.
Jimmy Eats World no doubt existed, but like we didn't fucking know.
Yeah.
And that was like, I think that was the other one. Like, we were going to be called Boy Eats World. B-E-W. Boo.
Boo.
And then our guitar teacher, we all had the same guitar teacher other than RF. He had this guy named Walt, and we had this guy named Lauren Hemmerling. And Lauren had suggested, he was like, oh, you guys are a punk band. You guys should be called the Battered Wives. And we were really glad we didn't ever once consider that. Yeah, so it was just on there. And I think Spikuluk, our first manager, like looked at the list and was like, yo, this one, guys.
Yeah.
Then like kind of was just like put us in the right direction. It was like, yo, these names are all shit, dude. Like, they were all like, I guarantee you it was like Split Shot.
Yeah.
Like, a whole bunch of like weird skate punk kind of names, and then really juvenile stuff like Jurassic Fart.
Yeah.
No, we had a song called Jurassic Fart back in the day. Like, when we started writing songs when we were like fucking
we were little kids,
right? Like, we had some of the stupidest songs that have ever been written. There was one song called, what was it? I'm trying to think. It was like, you drink, you drive, it was like, you drink, you drive, you lose your job or something like that. I can't fucking fully remember, but like the whole idea was like, it was like, yeah, you'll make it to work, but you'll be drunk at work and lose your job. Like, it was like, like none of us had ever even had a drink at that point.
Yeah.
I don't know. We had a Christmas
like when
song
you're
at
a
one
kid
point.
and you're trying to think of like, what are the things that would be super important as like to an adult? You know what I mean? Like,
it was called You Booze, You Lose, parentheses, your job. And in the chorus, it was like, you booze, you lose your job. It was
so good.
I can't believe I fucking remember this, by the way.
So fucking good.
Why not get you in the bag a little quicker than...
Yeah. It's wonderful.
I drink on the podcast now. That's all I do. We do it on Friday nights, and I just fucking drink.
It's awesome. I'm having a blast.
I'm having a fucking good time.
If I didn't do horrible things to my stomach right before the podcast, I would have partaken in a little, something. But
Are you going to do cocaine?
Yeah. Ludes. Quaaludes.
I don't think Quaaludes exist anymore.
I mean, you can get them.
Yeah, but like, because they don't produce them, they'd be expired and they wouldn't have any effect.
Well, no, like there are like people that make like illegally make them.
Oh, are you going to get like some fucking bathtub ludes?
Yeah, dude.
Don't do that.
No. So we had some questions on some merch ideas. Just want to see if you're in. Sticker for they want a sticker for the I think what they mean is they want like an emoji of the pickle Fritz in Discord. I can make that.
Can you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Could we do a coloring book or coffee table book of all of the art from the podcast The Hero episodes? No, I deleted it all.
I mean, like, here's the thing. It's highly doable.
Yeah.
But like, we made a coloring book as Protest the Hero. It didn't sell very well, I don't think.
I have it.
I have it as well.
But you didn't have to buy it.
No, True gave it to me. We made a whole bunch of like silly books. Like, even my lyrics books don't sell very well. Like, I got to think that if we made the podcast the hero
It
art.
would sell like 3 copies.
Yeah. And well, like the big thing is like Truk would not be motivated to make
To
it.
print it. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. We would have to do it through somebody else and it would be expensive. And
I'm sure if we did like a pre-sale and the number was okay, Truk might be persuaded to.
Sure.
But I don't think that anyone would want it. I think even the Discord would just go, yeah.
That would be neat. Frigwood stickers or magnets. We'd have to draw the Frigwood and make a sticker or magnet. I could do that. We should do the live tapings more often.
Why? Nobody showed up.
We only have a handful of people in that tier.
That's true. Yeah, okay.
We could open it up to more people as well. But it's just like they were like, "Hey, would you ever do like live chats with fans?"
No, you tell them no. You tell them no, we wouldn't do that.
I don't know. We wouldn't do that.
Yeah, you're right. We won't.
No. There was a question on Reddit that was basically like, "Hey, has anybody met the band? Are they nice?"
I met them. They're not.
And so I went through and read all the comments, and not a single person had a bad thing to say about any of you guys.
Really?
All had stories about meeting you and what fucking down to earth, chill dudes you all were.
They're lying.
They told all these great stories, but I wanted to read one particular comment and share this with you. So,
okay, I can't wait.
Zumokumibansu said, I met them a bunch of times. Super nice guys all around. They were at Tim's after party piano show last year in Toronto, and even
You were there.
showed up and chatted with everyone. Super, super cool guys. And then Flimsy Designer, who is the original poster, said, "That's great. Thanks for anything. Any memorable experiences?" And this person said, going to their Volition launch party and walking up to Rhodey and him yelling my full name when he saw me. I know they're just people, but pretty cool still. Hanging with them at Tim's piano after party, meeting Fritzy from the podcast at a couple shows too. Also a super nice guy. They're just always so friendly and open. Never felt like they were annoyed or bothered by anyone talking to them.
His name is Zach. He's wonderful. He's a nice guy. I'm not going to say his full name. I know it.
Don't dox him.
I'm not going to dox him. But
For
his name,
crying out loud.
name is Zach. He just had his first kid, and he's a really good guy, and I think he's going to be an excellent father.
I just like that when
I'm a nice guy.
Have you met the band? And he went, yeah, and Fritzy.
Yeah. You're built into our culture, dude. We're a community.
Fucked.
Okay? We're a fucking community, and
I
you're
know.
part of it. Hey!
I have two
You're
more
part
things.
of it!
I have 2 more things before our game. They're both very fast.
You didn't
then
acknowledge that song.
What? I don't know what song that is.
You don't know Piebald?
No.
Hey! You're part of it!
I mean, I listened to Piebald before, but I don't know all their songs.
You don't know that song? That's their like only song, dude.
Okay.
Fritzy, I feel like you're like a historian of sorts. You should know that one.
I mean,
I'm gonna call the Christmas police.
no Christmas.
No Christmas for you, Fritzy.
Especially for Fritzy.
Yeah, you're going to Christmas jail.
I want to give a specific shout out to the fucking Swamp King.
Hell
I know
yeah, dude.
we've said cool things about him before, but he posts every episode of this pod on the Reddit every week without fail, without any prompting, nothing from us. I thought I was being super clever and like, oh, I'm going to go fucking post the podcast on the Reddit and be like, hey, check it out. We've got a podcast now. And he had already been doing it for weeks.
Yeah, he's
Like,
so hot.
Yeah. Solid dude. The second thing I wanted to do is give an update on the gift poll. We poll our patrons every week on the gifts. Who had the better gift, you or me? And after 26 polls on the Patreon.
Yep.
The score is currently... Why don't you guess how many of the 26 you have won?
27. No, 13.
That is exactly how many I have won. 13. Me 13.
But that means that's how many I have.
No, because we have one tie and the dudes from Majors won one. So it's 13, 11, 1 and 1.
Oh my word. So you're winning.
By 2.
Nice.
I was not expecting that.
That's fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
You deserve it. You always come every week with a gift. And sometimes I don't.
Yeah.
You
But
deserve
sometimes your no gift is honestly better than my gift.
it. Sometimes
Sometimes I
that's true.
feel like my gifts are pretty trash.
But that's just based on the polls, right?
Yes. This is just based on the polls.
Okay, well, public opinion, can be skewed.
Yeah, agreed.
Like,
I know. If we had been paying attention, if we thought the polls were right, things would be much different in this country right now. So you twice in this episode went R and Avast, which is
pirate stuff.
pirate stuff.
Mhm.
And the game just so happens to be about pirates.
Arr.
I've been watching Black Sails again recently.
Never heard of it.
It's a fantastic show about the golden age of piracy. And so I had some pirate trivia for you.
I know all the answers to pirate trivia.
Do you?
Don't have to ask. You just move on.
You know pirate stuff?
I know so much pirate stuff. It's unbelievable, Fritzy. You're going to be upset again because I'm going to win your little game.
Blackbeard's real name was what?
James Franco.
Not correct.
Sorry. Which history book did you get this out of? Because, give me the names.
Edward Teach,
Edward.
Theodore Pastor, Charles Mason, or Jack Smythe?
B. Final answer.
Theodore Pastor?
Yep.
It's Edward Teach.
C.
Do you know why he was so scary?
Because of his long black beard.
Well, he used to tie
Friendship beads in his beard.
no, the
Arr.
what are the things that attach to a piece of dynamite?
Wick.
Is that it? He used to
No.
attach those things in his beard and then light them on fire, so they were when he would come
A
in.
fuse. A fuse.
Yeah, fuse. He would light fuses in his beard to look
What is-
scary.
What a stupid idiot.
Pirates wore eye patches for what reason?
Because they fucking... Wait, no, that's good. That's a good question. Because I was going to say so that their eye was blocked off. But maybe it's about depth of vision.
All right, you want the choices?
Yeah.
For eye injuries caused because they were often blinded by shrapnel.
Yeah, that sounds
So,
right.
no eye, you put an eye patch over the hole.
But why do they care? You put an eye patch over the hole to for aesthetic reasons. And what do
Right.
they care about aesthetics?
So option 2, to look intimidating. To look scary.
Option two to look scary.
Mhm.
And then
To protect at least one eye from flying shrapnel, so you wouldn't lose your vision completely if you got hit in the eye. You protect one of your eyes. Or finally, to quickly adjust their vision from light and dark above and below deck.
now that sounds believable. I like that answer. I go with that.
That is the reason.
I break up with you.
Question 3. Which pirate was known as the gentleman pirate?
Oh, I saw this show.
Jack Rackham, Steed Bonnet, Bartholomew Roberts, or William Kidd?
I think his name was Steed, the second one.
Yeah, Steed Bonnet.
Yeah,
The
I watched that
Gentleman
show.
Pirate?
That was really nice with Murray and fucking the other guy.
Yeah, what you'll know us by the whatever something.
Our flag means death.
Yeah, that's right. You'll know us by the trail of our dead.
You'll know us by the look of our flag.
Which of these things is not a myth about pirates? So which one of these things is true about pirates? Okay. Treasure maps, walking the plank, keel hauling, or talking like a pirate.
What's keel hauling? When you time
Keel
the front
hauling
of the
is when
time
you
the front of the ship?
What?
When you time to the front of the ship?
Well, you don't tie them to the front of the ship. You tie them up and you throw a rope and it goes under the ship. And then you basically drag them across the bottom of the keel of the ship from one side of the ship to the other.
That sounds horrible.
Yeah. Because they got a lot of barnacles and stuff that are very sharp.
That one.
You think that's the true one?
Yeah.
That is the true one. They never buried their treasure.
Why would they? That'd be stupid.
Yep. So then they didn't need treasure maps because there was never buried treasure.
That's true.
They never forced somebody to walk the plank. They just threw them overboard. And the whole talking like a pirate thing is from Disney.
Erg. Where did they get that from?
They just talked like normal people.
Wherever they were from. Wherever they were from.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't talk like there wasn't like "Arr, Avast, hardy,
Avast." Where does the fucking where did Disney come up with that shit from?
It was one actor in like the 1950s.
From the Muppets movie?
No, I don't think
that guy who played Pennywise the Clown and the hotel guy in Home Alone 2? Tim.
It was just an acting choice he made.
Was it Tim Curry?
No.
Are you sure
Tim Curry wasn't around in the 50s?
He probably was.
No.
He's dead now.
Wasn't around in the 50s. Is he dead now?
I think so. Recently? I think so. You Googleize him. I'll talk to the crowd. So the second time Tim almost died that day.
Okay. Tim almost died twice in one day?
Yeah. On Pia Titagrange. Well, you see, the second time Tim almost died on the Pia Titagrange beach. We had just got back from our long swim on the diagonal. And he tried to go into this cove where there was a hole. And it started to sweep him out to sea through the hole. We made a human chain. He was holding on to some rock. And it was trying to suck him out the hole into the ocean.
Where was this?
Pia Titagrange.
Which is where?
New Zealand.
Oh, okay.
One of the top deadliest beaches.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure Ontario doesn't touch the ocean.
No, but yeah, he tried to it was like, there was this like cavern kind of thing, but there was like a hole that went out and he just like kind of like wandered in to like look at it and all of a sudden it like sucked him in.
Mm-hmm.
And, there was like a big rock in front of it and like he grabbed onto that before it like sucked him out through the hole into the fucking sea. And, he was like, yo, I can't get back. Like he was like swimming as hard as he could. He couldn't like move at all.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, I can't fucking get back. And so we made a human chain and eventually like got his hand and then just like dragged him back in.
Thank God for you guys.
Yeah, that was right after.
Did he become your butler for a while?
No, we were just like, woo,
well,
pretty cool day.
Like usually when you save somebody's life, they become your butler for a while because
it's hard to say whether we saved his life. Who knows? Maybe he gets sucked out that little weird hole and he just finds his way back somehow. I don't know.
Okay, so now is the time for gifts.
Oh, fuck. My gift is incomplete. Incomplete. I made a cover of Incomplete for you.
My gift is
oh shit.
What do you call it?
Oh. Spray. Ocean spray.
No, my gift is a reenactment of sorts.
Are you going to act for me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. I got to figure out how to send this to you. So, my gift is, I'm working on animation.
Mm-hmm.
This is, like, honestly, This is all hand drawn. This took a long fucking time, and it sucks.
Animation is a lot harder than just doing drawings.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work.
Why don't I have you on this?
On what? On your iPad?
Yeah.
I don't know. I saw a video of a pilot airdropping a file, like some photographs that he took of another, like he's like on a jetliner and he sees another jetliner and he took some pictures of it. And then he like called them on the radio and was like, yo, I got some cool pictures of you guys. We're just down to the right of you. If you look out your window, can we airdrop them to you? And the guy literally airdropped them between two airplanes flying at like 35,000 feet.
Wow. So here is my quick animation. Like, there's no sound to it. There's no nothing. It's just a different perspective of the video I sent yesterday or last week.
Okay. All right.
And you might like it.
God. Oh my God. Is that your face?
It's 1 second long. It's not me. I mean, it is kind of, but it's not, you know?
Okay. Let me hold it up here.
One second long.
Oh my God.
It's me taking a bite of the Fritzy pickle. Still Fritzy.
We are so in sync. It's ridiculous.
Yeah?
Yeah. Because this is, yes, last week's gift from you from a different perspective, right?
Yeah.
That's what your
sorta.
gift this week is.
I have so much more to it. I just didn't have time because I was fucking... Wait. What do you got there? Are those dill Fritzies? Oh, it's a demonstration. So now he's putting his little Fritzy fingers and he's got himself a pickle. Does that pickle have a mustache?
Oh. The pickle tastes funny.
You're not supposed to spit it back in. You're supposed to eat that part of it.
Oh,
Like,
tastes real.
did it actually taste funny, or are you still acting?
I'm acting because I'm hilarious.
Oh, you're good.
Dill
at acting.
Fritzies are funny.
Yeah.
No, I didn't want to eat it because I tried to do something else with that pickle earlier.
But if you put it up your Fritzy bum, it doesn't make a difference whether you swallow it. You just put it in your mouth.
No, I was
You're gonna swallow your shit particles anyway.
I was trying to do a different crafting project with that pickle and the mustache, and it didn't work out so good. So
Oh.
I'm worried that there's a lot of glue on that pickle.
Oh, okay. Funny, glue rhymes with poo.
Yep.
But yeah.
So I
that's
made
really-
a little dill fritzy, and
Yeah, so I have made, maybe I shouldn't tell you, but I made it like a full other perspective of me like reaching into the jar and biting it and spitting it out.
Mhm.
And then I made that close up that I just sent to you.
Mhm.
And I was going to put that, like cut that in so that it's like there's a close up and then it zooms back out and it shows the spit take. And I just like, I didn't have any time to put it all together. I could only
I
get
know.
that like colored, and
It's a lot.
animation is fucking hard.
Are you doing it like frame by frame, like onion skinning?
Yeah, I'm onion skinning it and
Oof.
doing. So if anybody has any tips for me that knows what they're doing, please lay them on me. I want to just do it all the time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make one drawing a week, one animation a week, and maybe it'll get better and better and better and better. But maybe I'll quit.
Yeah, onion skinning is so labor intensive.
There is
The
an
way I
element in Dreams where you can like move shit and like keyframe it and stuff. And
Yeah.
I did use some of that, but like, I don't know. I don't know how to do anything. I'm scared and I'm afraid
That's
to
like-
live.
Most of the stuff that is more than just like, so like in the fritzy or the party ship down stuff, you know,
Yeah. You use keyframes?
like most of the Like when the Malort bottle flip or the funnel flips in the air and lands in the mouth, and then the Malort bottle tips over and pours out, and like stuff like that is all keyframes and motion paths.
Yeah.
So like the object itself is just
It's the same.
one image,
Yeah.
and it just moves following a motion path.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it would have just been a nightmare to like onion skin all that.
Yeah. That's what I did with the previous week's GIF.
Yeah.
It's like motion, like even like you like bobbing up and down. Like that's the cool thing about Procreate Dreams is like you can literally press the record button and put your finger on the image and just kind of go like this.
Yeah.
And then it like records it, and it's like
It records
that's
all
the
your
motion it
keyframes
has,
and
and
everything.
it's
That's
incredible. But it doesn't work for everything. Like
Yeah.
sometimes the picture has to change.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like what do you do? I don't know. I'm learning it. I'm having fun. I think there's a happy medium between using just that and onion skinning. But I'm having a lot of fun, and I'm going to make new animations. I'm going to try and make you a gift of animation every week.
I love it.
It's going to get worse and better.
Yeah, I'm excited because I've started working on some additional art for the next Party Ship Down stuff, and I've have some different ideas just to like shake up stuff a little bit, like some different art style things that I want to do just in like certain little places and stuff, and see if I can even do it. You know what I mean? It's like I can see it in my head. Can I make this actually be a thing? Yes or no? Can I do it?
Yeah.
We'll find out kind of stuff. So yeah, I'm having a good time with all that stuff. And I mean,
the big problem with Party Ship Down is that the character design sucks. And that's me. That's my fault.
What's wrong with the character design?
They're stupid looking.
They're awesome looking.
HK told me he hates it.
Well, HK's not the decider.
But he hates everything. HK hates me.
He's too young to know what's good.
There's one more picture on this wall.
There is?
You can't see it because it's up here. It's been the only picture for a long time.
Is that you in corpse paint?
Yeah, it's just HK and I.
Yeah. That's
How am I going to get back on there?
Of you guys.
It's a really nice picture of us.
Yeah. Well, that's it for the episode.
Yeah, this was a good episode.
Yeah.
Everybody hates it, and nobody loves us.
That's true.
And we should go eat shit and fuck ourselves.
We really should. But separately from each other.
No.
Can't do it together.
Can't do it in the same room because then we would be not alone.
Too intense and too intimate.
Every week I'm going to add a new picture of someone scared on this wall.
Where are you going to get all the pictures of scared people?
I've got the next like 6 or 7 weeks.
Already?
Ready to go.
Oh my God, I love it. All right. Yeah. Eat shit and go fuck yourselves. See ya.
Is he she?